Alright, we're back with some more Rogue Trader, and we're going to hit the map again. We're heading toward Footfall, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so colony needs my attention, blah blah blah. Oh, are we here? This is where dude, it needs our attention, and we just arrived. How convenient is that? This doesn't get more convenient than that, you know? So, oh, mass uprising. Well, that's not good. It's not good. Mass uprisings are never good. Flames of rebellion flare up across the colony. Sick of extortions and punishment, the subject urges their peers to abandon the Rogue Trader's patronage. Play diplomacy. Chelsea managed to convince part of the rebels. The rest are disposed of in bloody combat. I have no idea what that did. Okay, so next. Good tidings. Places for all colonies seems not terrible. And I mean this Epiphany. This Epiphany doesn't seem that great, I'll be honest. So we're gonna go ahead and do this one. This is what has one profit factor, but I think complacency will help me more. So that's what we're gonna do. Alright, so back to the yep, I went back to the map. For some reason I thought I clicked the wrong button. But alright, so now we need to go to Frobundus. Lord Captain, we have visitors on the bridge seeking audience. Your presence is requested. Are you kidding me? Come on, man. Come on, man. That's more than visitors? Your Lordship, Lord Patrick wrestle over. Every few moments, Denrock prepares a broom cloth to his face, but his expression remains obsequious. Members of your crew have made a request to allow them to proclaim the most profound devotion to the Lord Captain, personally. Young men? Lord Deck Rebel, man in a worn uniform, brows awkwardly. Your Highness, gracious Lord Captain, please let me speak on behalf of the whole crew and everyone to express the gratitude to you officially, so to speak. The kind of leader you are, the way you treat people is now known in every corner of the Expanse, from Footfall to the poorest, dirtiest, and most unremarkable planet. All praise your dedication to the human spirit and goodwill. Everyone wants to serve under your command, and there's no end to volunteers. So the other day, when we were clearing out an abandoned sector for new living quarters, we found a forgotten vault, right in the bilge of the ship, literally beneath our feet. Well, it turned out the vault had some centuries-old weapons in it. They look a bit odd, but they're powerful for sure. The good tech priests help with the assembly and consecration of the weapons, and now you can strike down your enemies with even greater might. Your Lordship, apart from the weapons, the crew has sent one more find to the bridge as a token of their eternal gratitude. A most ancient mechanism, which our tech priests have dubbed Celestium Observatorium. Alas, the machine spirit refuses to heed their rites, which makes the device more symbolic and aesthetic than practical in purpose. Do you wish to see it? Of course, why not? Oh. 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 Okay. Hush, quiet. Don't tell that. Here, I'll so what does this thing do? Celestium servant leans over the deck. With the spirit of the ancient mechanism had gone silent forever, the words integrally aside inscribed on his frame can still serve as a source of resolve. King Gaze sunders the darkness. A bloom with the seat and reduces the corruption of Tash. Okay, so where's my other stuff I get? Huh. Thought we got weapons. Where'd weapons go? Apparently we didn't get weapons. Alright. Yeah, I mean, apparently we didn't get weapons. I think things like that are a little bit annoying. You actually don't get the stuff they say they get. They wouldn't get anything. I don't know, whatever. Alright. So let's head back to the map. Alright, so we need to visit... Alright. Greetings, what can I do for you? Alright, we're gonna get that. And... Okay. Alright, so what we can do is we can go and equip that real quick. 90% chance and 20% crew. I mean, it's better. It's better. Alright, so now we go to footfall, I guess. Is this a mistake? I don't know. We'll see. Receive a box message from footfall. The Quincy has declared martial law on the station due to the threat of malice extremists. Docking will require special permission, even most of the asteroids have been cordoned off. Station custodian her ladyship Incendia Chorda sends her greetings and invites the lordships and embark into docks in a small retinue. Her enforcers will meet you there to escort you to another chamber for private audience. Bigdus, the south for my heart. Forgive the intrusion, but I have important business with the rogue trader. Oh, Shireen, I simply wish to remind you about my numbskull crew who got themselves captured by some rival Ashmags. Latham is too occupied with her schemes, and besides, Incendia Chorda has already put him in his place, which leaves only Falco. May the Azar tear his soul to pieces. Footfall is straight ahead, and I would rather not waste precious sand and still rest on their lives. He threw a wrench in the works, making my trade network fall apart like a badly assembled chrono. No income, no profits, only damage. All because my right hand is chained up on one of Footfall's asteroids. How about we pay Falco a courtesy visit? I'm sure your imposing visage will loosen his tongue, and maybe, just maybe, untie the hands of my crew. Shireen, have I ever mentioned that you are the most fragrant rose bush in the entire blossoming garden of the Koronus Expanse? If this is all you have to say, apologies, Lord Captain. What could be your instructions? What other options do we have? We have none. Officers are reporting that all docking gates are not watched by enforcers locked and rigged for its explosives. Very well. As you wish, Lord Captain. Alright. Atrium. Alright, so we're taking her, and I haven't leveled her. So I'm going to have to level her, probably. I don't know if I picked who I wanted to pick. I don't know who I picked. I didn't pay attention to who I picked. I hope I picked the right people. I just clicked. I was thinking about having to level her up, and I just clicked. Not good. Not good at all. Hopefully Argenta's there. I can do, if I have Argenta, I feel pretty good about most things. And I really want to try her new stuff. See if she actually gets the bonus damage. Talk to Insignia Corda. Okay. I do have Argenta, so I have pretty much who I want. So I really don't want to do this right now. We're gonna leave her. We're gonna leave her low level because I don't really want to mess with her. And she doesn't really. I mean, honestly, I don't even have any weapons equipped on her. She's got these. I don't even feel like doing that with her. I'll be honest. Illustrine, what do we have here? A cowardly Ashmag who wants to get his paws on monster certificate without even working up a sweat. Consider the circumstances currently affecting footfall. Only fitting place filth could be hiding in the sewers. A nasty spot with powerful whiff about it. That is true, but I swear to you, Serene, you won't come up with a better trap for Falco. I know these tunnels like the back of my hand, and most delicious part of it is the Ashmag chose to go in there. He'll wish he hadn't. Of course, that's only if the Ash don't mess things up for us. Everything goes to plan, and if it doesn't, my gangs are dead. One wrong move, one wrong word. God, throwing damn that Ashmag. Why is everything so difficult? Perhaps I should give him the Mercatum Tabula Officiale. Falco's not a complete idiot. He won't risk a valuable payoff. He'll hold up his end of the deal and give me Tora and the others. Just as we need to go down to the sewer tunnels in Footfall, connect the tank of sleeping gas to the old ventilation system, and direct the outflow of Falco's hideout. Of course, pray the Exalted One that Ashmag shackles don't spot us. It's true, Shireen. It's going to be a little trickier than it seems. Falco is desperate. He's bound to have his thugs patrolling the tunnels. If we go crashing around down there, he'll know something is afoot. That's when Falco feels jumpy. His roll. What do you take me for? I have recorded already. Don't worry, I have everything covered. Most of the patches have been set off by shorter sounds, but there is one they definitely haven't got to. Time to visit old Octi and the Adeptus Americus, Shireen. Now it's time to enter the sewers. Okay. To the Americas we go. To the Damascus we go. Or do you have other pressing business to handle on the way there? Alright. So...
I still can't believe we've been saved. In the Dark City, I often prayed to the Exalted One. And now I'm going to need a lot of thrones to hold up my end of the bargain. But I have no regrets.
Salvation is the consequence of his immeasurable
Uh-oh. Okay, she's just like... shooting people left and right. Oh my god, there's people everywhere.
Is there money to be made?
She's definitely changed Footfall around, hasn't she?
Operation successful.
What's Pascal doing there? Sitting short is absorbed in reading a long strip of parchment. Her left hand is holding a silver spoon, with which she is carefully scooping up brain matter from the open skull of the man contorted next to her. Malachi von Valantis, I have been informed of your arrival. Exhaustion has crisscrossed Insidious features with lines, her cheeks twisted in continuous nervous tick, yet her eyes are ablaze in indomitable resolve. Brilliant aura of power and righteous fury surrounds her like a mantle. She gracefully brings a gold-plated inhaler to her lips, takes a deep breath, and the fire of her gaze flares like a plasma thruster. What is this abominable act his daughter is committing? Sister of Battle whispers incredulously as she stares at George's monstrous feast. There must be a reason. One looking at Insidious' full dress uniform shows that she has not been changed in many days. The color is greasy and the laces are stained with sweat. The air is tinged with the smell of an inhaled stimulant that is used to give serfs the ability to work multiple watches without rest. Insidious seeks her silver spoon in the man's brain and slowly consumes this revolting morsel. I must know the taste of a criminal's thoughts. It is how I'll learn to recognize their patterns. That's kind of what I want to do, but does it help? I have deepened my understanding of the petty and odious urges that drive the weak-willed degeneracy. I have learned to see these urges in their eyes. If only you knew what it's like to be familiar with the shade of corruption that lurks in the depraved souls. Something small sparks it. You know not the first thing about perceiving it, sensing it, peering into people's souls, and seeing the heinousness therein. You do not know what it's like to look at their faces and see the brand of their impious deeds. But I know it all too well, and none shall escape my wrath. What's going on here? Lord Inquisitor has bestowed upon me the honor of bringing order to the cesspool of pirates and heretics. To rid Footfall of the corruption that has fettered its limbs and turned its imperial station to the hotbed of free thinking and inefficiency, and I will not rest until all have been judged. This is no tribunal, this is a slaughter. As loth as my soul is to concur with the Xenos, it is indeed. It must have been the Emperor's providence that brought you to my court. It would be a pleasure to indict you for the crimes you have committed. I have just broken out of being held captive by Xenos and Komora and butchering my way through scores of enemy. Tell me, am I truly the greatest enemy Imperium you ever got to find? To the non-deal was your arrogant half-wit. I'd love to see what these, even if you can't take them, I'd love to see what they say. That you are loathed and feared by the enemy humanity does not make you appear in the eyes of the Emperor, but perhaps he saw fit to set you a different path, one of righteous genocide and blood-soaked redemption for your faults. I would never dare to go against his will. So you're not in charge of... I am. When the Lord Inquisitor enacted martial law and Expanse, I offered him my support at once. Footfall was chosen for the Lord Inquisitor's headquarters, and the position of Footfall's liege was temporarily abolished while this war lasts. Perhaps longer than that. All authority was transferred to the station's ward, to me. While the Lord Inquisitor is preoccupied with matters of strategic planning, I am tasked with security and order. And there's much to do on that front. Pirates and smugglers, apostates and cultivators, deserters and outlaws, everyone of them warrants attention. I thought I would have another chance at that. Cindy cracked her neck and must have grown stiff after many hours of reading. Then she picks up a sheet. Everywhere you look, servants are buckling under the heavy stacks of new initiation warrants and the documents. All of them. Thieves, smugglers, pirates, traitors, heretics, deserters, abettors, harborers, cowards, and perjurers. Any who have ever trespassed, any who have ever protected a miscreant or kept quiet about a crime they knew of, will all be condemned. More and more new convicts are being granted the great boon of undergoing servitude and prodigious, and having rid themselves of sinful consciousness, serving the Imperium free of doubt and weakness. Footfall will once again be a bastion of law and righteousness. I'll eradicate all heresy and that prevents the faithless from giving themselves over the good of toiling in his name. Cindy seems slightly perplexed by her questions. She starts moving sentences from one stack to another, and then certainly 3 weeks. The court carries on day and night, so my senses of time elude me. Do you think that I find enjoyment in this? Looking at the vileness and bone violence, listening to one excuse from there. I loathe this and despise every malefactor out there. If I were weak of will, I would have obliterated this foul station with nuclear fire. Instead, I'm here to offer each of them a right to be judged in his name and chance to return to his fold renewed. The universe is a terrifying place. We are surrounded by the arch-enemies, machinations, and zenith scum who would deny us our right to exist. The threat is inconceivable, and human weakness will not help us avert it. If a man is weak, I rid him of his spinelessness and feebleness, endowing him with a sacred narrowness of mind, and eradicating all that prevents him from utilizing his whole self in servitude to the Emperor. She's not lying. You can tell her eyes and voice, trembling with earnest faith, and Cindy genuinely believes every word she has said. Such is the law of the footfall. Any rogue trader who arrives here assumes the right of absolute authority. Surely it is not the cutthroat Takora who serves to rule the station. He will soon be hanging from a noose, and so will his Kazabalik and henchmen, and so will those Anwar firebrands whose outrageous activities brought footfall so much grief. And she was a glowing smirk. Once you hindered my efforts to subdue the station, and yet here I am now, dispensing justice with the wicked. I only regret that I was unable to get started sooner. Then Takara's troublemakers would have already been crushed instead of lurking in cargo bays and maintenance tunnels. Regardless, I will deal with them soon enough. Where's Lord Inquisitor? In Legion's chambers, coordinating the Expanse's defense. His attention is focused on matters of vital importance, and he is not seeing any supplicants. Your Lordship cannot see Lord Inquisitor now. However, he bade to inform your Lordship that he will summon you later when circumstance permits him to do so. We shall see whether the footfall. In due time, I will weed out the taint. I can still do it. Footfall for long, and by pace, fear, loyalty, and devotion will once again become pillars of the station under his watchful eye. Winter's goes a traitor. While the Emperor Expanse burns, ravaged by heretics and Helizinos, he abandoned his duty completely and his nerve to ignore the Lord Inquisitor's call to battle. My servants are taking over his worlds and ships, while he is hiding from reckoning and indulging in base urges. Soon enough, he too will stand judgment. Negotiating with that mad dog is off the table now. He merely laughs at your talks of reconciliation and execute your own voice. For too long, Caligos reveled in impunity and believed himself king of the world. Those of you who acknowledge me as their sovereign are viewed as by law as subject to the House of Ambulances, therefore exempt from Chota's judgment. I will take you aboard my ship. Yeah, I think we're going to do this. The hopeful crowd in the atrium starts hysterically clamoring their oaths of fealty to the House of Ambulances. Not one of them thinks twice about clutching the life-saving straw you've offered them. Probably not the best choice for me. Take the pitiful... Really leans on the armrest and looks at you with contempt. Take this pitiful gaggle of miscreants, Malachi, if you so desire. My trial will not end here. I have the whole footfall to judge. I only got one people. Okay. You have your duty to the Emperor that you must see to. Vladimir Takara, the deplorable rebel who once ruled the station, has slipped away from me, is instigating the people to revolt, killing my servants and hiding from my wrath, with the dexterity of a void rat. My informers claim that he often appears in the den of unrest that bears the irreverent name of Adeptus Masticus. We have made several attempts to arrest him, yet he evaded capture each time. Reverend Hieronymus has gone there to convince him to surrender quietly, but his efforts have likewise been successful. In the interest of Footfall's integrity, Takara must be apprehended. As a rogue trader of an authority, I order you to aid me in bringing him to justice. The asteroid where Adeptus Masticus is located has been cordoned off, but my enforcer will take you there. I want you to lure Takara out of this hole and seize him so that he may stand trial. Do this for the sake of Footfall's liberation and pay the road for my justice will tread. I would not. That vile rogue's infamy is known to all. He is patronizing thieves, smugglers, and pirates. By his allowance, heresies and holy cults flourished. That he's evaded punishment for so long can only be described as gross negligence, which I intend to rectify before long. Reverend Koronus headed where the rebels are seen the most often, so he could preach to them and sway their repent. Alas, he still cannot see the difference between those who have erred and those who are beyond the hope of redemption. Scoundrels and thieves will be replaced with honest suppliers. Even degenerates such as Kazbalaka can be of some use in coming crisis, but their willful leaders need to be replaced for more pliable and trepidatious successors. It's the only way for us to protect ourselves from being stabbed in the back. What did I send again? Does it not satisfy you to order an Imperium? Restored to footfall. I see you adopted too much from Theodora, namely her hubris, greed, and indifference to duty. Yeah, your cooperation will be taken into account, Malachi. Remember, Incendia's last flashman. None of the rebel leaders are allowed to die before their trial. I forbid you to execute them without my leave. I did that because I thought it would continue the mission. Okay, so what do we get here? Nothing much. It's over here. I guess we have to go back where we started, don't we? It's up here, if I'm not mistaken.
Rise to the... Or get left in the dust.
Alright. Since you'd like to make a deal. Failed departure request. Were you seeking Estes trading MS space scored to Messiah? Alright. It's probably not worth it, but you can get a couple things here. Oh, that's rough. I mean, it sounds like a brutal strike for attacks of opportunity. But you would, if you had any of your guys around you, you will just slaughter them. All right. Let's see. Pascal. Weapon. Where'd he go to? I mean, the things just disappear. I don't understand what happens to them. Like, I just picked it up. It's not there now. It's not there. Why is it not there? Where'd he go to? I can't believe it disappeared. That's annoying. I have to say. It's very annoying. See, it's not there now. It's gone. Where'd he go? So annoying, man. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know where it went to. I was gonna see if it was something that Pascal could use, but it's not. You know, it just disappeared, which is very annoying. It was probably better than the great sword, but I don't see it. Was it just a generic axe, maybe? Must have been. I bet it was. That's why I couldn't find it. Alright, anyway.
Let us not dawdle.
Alright. Martyr's Endurance. Alright, let's see what we got here.
I always have a backup plan.
No, what do I want to do?
I always keep my options open.
Okay, we're not gonna get there anyway. There should be some goods right here, probably. Let him Takara the Leech. You have no other options, Riza. If you abandon Footfall to Chorda and flee, where are you going to sell your goods or restock your supplies? It'll be a slow death for all of you. No missiles, no water, no air. So quit bargaining with the inevitable and follow the plan. Your plan is a suicide pact. You have no allies, no weapons, nothing. Vladimir and Riza notice you. The old pirate grins sarcastically. You're trying to play above your lead, Vakamo. You've taken on a rogue trader dynasty with only a handful of cutthroats and a couple of guns to your name. I see your march to the gallows is more of a gallop. Turning away from Riza, Vladimir's expression does not change, but an indistinct curse falls from his lips. Liege Takara, my greetings. Vladimir replies with a ceremonious voice. My apologies for being unable to receive your lordship in my office. My present state imposes certain limitations on me. Greetings, your lordship, and as for you, Bakamo, I've got got nothing to add. Your plan's utter crap, and that kind of gamble I don't take. I'll leave you to think about the prospects and maybe realize that using my shuttle would be a better idea, while the shuttle and I are still here. Oh, the throne's radiance, Vladimir. Don't tell me that this very moment where you and Falco are keeping my guys. Former lieges interrupts Jay with a dry gesture. I don't do business with rats, Sadari. And surprising enough, I don't mean you this time. Just in that case, pray the exalted one that Falco confirms what you said before he dies. Disappointed, Jay takes her hand off the weapon and bows her head before you pertinent. Forgive me my brazenness, Shireen. He is all yours. Formerly he's looking angry and focused. His coat collar is unbuttoned, showing a meshwork of ceramite reinforced armor hidden underneath. He's wearing a gun holster on his side, and now that Vladimir has thrown off the mask of a disgruntled bureaucrat, his sleeves are rolled up, showing his old bandit tattoos. He's exuding the aura of imperious cruelty. I turn to the kingdom of death. Executing protesters, cracking down on corrupt traders, and suppressing dissent are all good, useful policies within reasonable units. I've used them myself, in fact. However, with Lady Chorda, reasonable limits are a distant memory at this point. Unfortunately, I've been preparing for the turn of events ever since the first time that hag tried to take footfall. You helped us then, giving me time to organize. I set up weapons caches, enlisted more fighters, and deleted my agent's data from the cogitator network. When Chorda took power, she thought she'd won, but the station was still mine, to an extent. My little army is waging war on the enforcers. We slaughter patrols, wrestle Bacatanes, and punish those who collaborate with the enemy, or are close to someone who does. Vladim's ruthless smile has like a jagged steel trap. Cynthia has her reprisals, and I have mine. Everyone must remember that there is consequences for collaborating with the occupation force. I mean, I don't really want to go that route. I mean, this might not be too bad one. I don't know. I see. Old habits never go away. I'll admit, I didn't exactly miss the days of my youth, but to find myself in the line of fire again is invigorating. Your lordship, perhaps you have little love to spare for me, nor have you built a strong alliance with the organization I'm a member of. But if looking for a new order of things footfall gives you even a tiny suspicion that it's damn madness, step in and help me find out. Let's take a deal. Regretfully, your lordship, I have nothing to offer you at the moment. My access to assets you're interested in has been temporarily restricted. It's going to be putting a bullet through a couple of heads for me to once again be able to offer adequate range of merchandise. General uprising will be doomed. The enforcers have isolated the asteroids. We can't strike out against Incendia. She has greater numbers, and her throne's refractor field will protect her from any attack. An insidious smile appears on the liege's lips. So we'll ask her ladyship to come to us. Splitting her overconfidence. If you want my blood, let her come and spill it. She knows we use the Damascus as our meeting place. If she let her enforcers know I can be found and grabbed here and here, she will come. Hardly with her throne in tow, I imagine. We'll lure her into a trap, kill her, and take back footfall. Considering Calcazar has never once interfered in the station's affairs, he doesn't care about football. That means he also doesn't care who runs the station, as long as things are quiet on it. I'm going to make sure things are quiet, granted. He did give Chorda a security detail, but if she's already dead and her death doesn't smell of deadly heresy, he likely won't bother to investigate. Lord Inquisitor will simply entrust the governance to someone who won't cause him problems. Me. I realize this is a bold hypothesis, and the Lord Commander may have had me hanged for Chorda's death, but my life is at stake as it is, so I may as well take it back. Because a critically important station in the Expanse is about to become a graveyard. Once commerce dies, merchants will turn to piracy. What else can they do? Connections between worlds will be weakened, since Chorda will make short work of the astropath as soon as she gets to them. And Chorda, do you think footfall will be enough for her? Unless she'll march on. Perhaps to your worlds as well. Besides, your lordship has not yet considered the possibilities of working with the Casablanca mission opened up. Now is the perfect moment for you to gain a new ally. In a time of crisis, every friendship is valid. Cindy Chorda has nothing to offer you, while my organization's gratitude is guaranteed. Between losing an influential partner and strengthening your ties with them, I'm sure you'll put the latter. I mean, it sounds better to me. However however much Chorda would like you to believe she's kicked the Casablanca out of football, she hasn't. We're scattered all across the station, lying low, and there's still enough of us to cause trouble. A small band of my most daring cut-through staff members who were by my side when I came to power. Business partners who still remember that any venture is only as reliable as the grip of the venturer's hand on their pistol. Add to that group the Xenos mercenaries with which my colleagues from the Casablanca mission have provided me with. Radical solution, I know, but they don't seem to care who they kill as long as I pay them, and I have a means to pay them. We would have greater numbers if Ryza wasn't so damnably cautious, and Koronus did us a favor and shut his breaching trap. Platinum grits his teeth and adds quietly, I would have long thrown the good Reverend for a loop if it weren't for the fanatical mob that would show up here to avenge him. She has misgivings about the prospect of our cooperation. The old rogue prefers not to pick fights unless her victory is a foregone conclusion. Right now she seems to be planning and fleeing rather than fighting. She needs the right kind of motivation. What a shame. There's no one the cold bitch values enough for me to take them hostage. What? Old nicknames die hard as old habits. I used to be known by that name at the station. The Vacamo is a myth. Malicious spirit stalking its prey for footfalls in empty sectors. I had a terrible reputation when I was young. Well, I see. He preaches repentance. Remains stone-faced for a few seconds before giving in and letting a sarcastic smile form on his lips. Tortoise sent him here to make us lay down our arms and renounce our rebellious ways. But he seems taken aback by the scale of Lady Incendia's purges, which opens up possibilities. If we pressure on him, he'll bring over zealots who will tear apart whoever he points a finger at. Useful man. I regret not establishing a rapport with him sooner. I hope you're finding it promising. Down with Chorda. The Emperor's justice is revealed brought to his court last. Let us drown it in the blood of self-appointed champions of the faith. About the weapon and shout, in the name of the law, every insurgent present here is under arrest. Kind class. I will help you overthrow Chorda. Each second of her continued rule will cost lives of hundreds of people. The sensual furrows is the eyebrows. I cannot say I approve of antagonizing Chorda, but her methods of being what they are, I definitely disapprove of assisting her. I'm glad you're with us, Your Lordship. This is a fight we must be well prepared for. As a colleague of mine used to say, if your brain doesn't hurt from thinking where to hide, it'll find out even your skull isn't thick enough once the fight is on. Which sounds especially ironic, seeing how he died. I'd like to ask your opinion on how prepared we are to entertain Lady Incendia. Perhaps some of those gathered in here will support us. Ryza's people, Koronus' zealots, even Octavania's regulars. We can use whomever we can get. If you think that it may be worth fortifying our positions or preparing a few surprises for our guests, my people in arsenals are at your disposal. All you have to do is say the word. As soon as we're ready, send Chorda a message saying I'm here. Let her come. We'll settle our differences the footfall way, with a gunfight. Go look around. Let him nod attentively. He looks down at his data tablet, showing a map of the station systems. He scrutinizes it with a pensive expression. Alright.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
I can cross over here. Haha. I don't know what that'll do, but we're gonna do it.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
Give me some XP. I don't know. I'm not. I think it means XP, but
Is there money to be made?
dreadful Xenos. There's Ryza. Let's go talk to her. Tear looks tired, but finds the strength to smile briskly. She pours 2 shots of clear yellowish liquid that streaks with Promethean in it, and slides one towards Ryza. Let's drink to her infallible ladyship, Chorda's mercy and good judgment, wherever they are right now. Ryza downs shot, grimacing contentedly. You're quite the poet, Octi. Yes, indeed. One would hate it if Lady Chorda's ill health affected our own. Have you, by any chance, run into Lady Chorda's good judgment on your journeys, Your Lordship? Ah, Octi. I missed the fury sensitive of your hair, Serene. Sorry I haven't brought any gifts today, but we're certainly going to go down another round or two. Shut up, Haidari. You came back alive, and that's good enough. Octavia twists her face in the scowl, but her whole body leans forward toward her old friend. And don't beat around the bush. I know the exact reason you came to Footfall in such a rush, but Jay, your guys got killed. Every last one of them, before Chorda was even here. Some were found dismembered in the shadow quarters, some became a heap of ash in the crematorium, and luckiest ones got launched into station orbit by Falco, so that everyone could see how much he despised you and your patron. If the rogue trader will pardon me for saying it. That ashmag, Jay's voice full of anger and thirst for vengeance. No, there's still something he needs from me, so not all of them are dead, or at any rate, it will be better for him if some aren't. Where is the Octi? Speak. You know very well. Octavian waved toward the drab-looking door covered in a sheet of metal. The sewers are where the rat belongs. You know he was going to rat us all out to Jorda, including Vladim. You should have seen Falco's face when Vladim led the Inquisitor's dogs to him first. Badly, but we're in no mood to let down and die yet. There's still people who can't stand Jorda's regime. They're fighting a sting a day, always something new. Vladim may be on the run, but he still has people loyal to him. He'd had more if it weren't for Reverend Hieronymus. Many fell for his sermons and took to repenting and confessing. He's turned so many to the faith that they don't dare touch him anymore. The old man's forced to be reckoned with now. If they show up, it'll blow the martyr's endurance before I let those butchers take me alive. As for now, I'll be behind the bar, refueling my roughnecks. It's a rotten thing for a captain to man a ship, isn't it, your lordship? Some captain, if I were you, I'd scram while the scramming's good. I know you're attached to the Amasecus, but this hole isn't worth dying for. I have a shuttle hidden away nearby, so we could take off right now. Calm down, Ryza. I'm not holding you here, so don't try to drag me away either. At your lordship. Ryza casts a glance in Octavia's direction. Waits for her to take a hint and look away. And this is at your lordship's service. Your eyes pierce the pirate, and you sense that her burden of her transgression is so heavy that she soon drag her under. Her fear has allowed a malicious will to sink its claws into her soul and tear away her pieces. I'm interested in the fellowship of the Void's Warriors. Okay, so we can get that. And that. Station. Do we dare do that? I don't know if we want to do that. I'm afraid that if we do too much of that, we will not have enough for some of the to go into the higher tiers. Oh wow, that thing does a lot of damage. That one does quite a bit, decent amount of damage. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, we're gonna wait. Alright. Vladimir needs your help. Your lordship, his plan is in the death throes of a cornered and condemned man who's grasping at imaginary straws. The Bakamo was once smart, shrewd, and wily, but now he's simply refusing to admit he's already lost. We monist dealers are no match for Rogue Trader. It would be different, of course, if we were strongly motivated or had a Rogue Trader on our side. Reza looks straight in the eye, her meaning quite clear. Yeah, I'm not gonna give her 3 profit share. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. Rising flashes, rising cows. Don't talk to me like that, your lordship. The times we're living in, barely anyone in the Expanse remembers who old Raza is. I'm not getting any respect anymore. That means they need a reminder, and they're going to get one. Oh, what the warp. My crew and I will take part in your little uprising, but don't ask me for details. Old Raza prefers to keep quiet about the backstage side of it, or insidious and sudden strikes. Alright. It's an honor for old Raza to have a conversation with his lordship, just like that. Thanks, Tron. Your awareness gets favorable blend. So good it's not entirely legal. However, in his last visit, the lordship told me to put a bottle aside till return. Who knows if he'll ever return here now? It would be a waste. Here's to me. All hail Malachi Bonvalencius. Well, that wasn't exactly what I wanted to do here. Tell you we had a plan. I need your help with views. And by we, you mean you and Vladim? He always has a plan, but it's by far not always the best plan. Why would I believe your idea? Okay, so we can... It's about a deal. Favorite name for commercial purposes. Rogue Trader Von Bless's favorite bar. Is that not a generous price? She's the money for commercial purposes. Yeah, that's funny. What's my chance of success on that? I'm not going to take that one, but yeah, I've got a really good chance of success on that. Point to the people in the hall with a sweeping gesture. This is not about whose idea it is, but who we are doing it for. For the people of Footfall, for you, Octaviana, for your freedom from the insane zealot's reign of terror. Patrons greet your last sentence with an enthusiastic roar. Your heartfelt speech resonated with commoners and seemed to have stirred Octavania too. You sure know how to be persuasive, your lordship. You're right. You're ready to risk your life for us, and here I am being picky like a noble offered a neutral bar made of ground corpses. You can count on me. I don't have any fighters, but I do have a shipment of non-human weapons. Lethal, but with no guarantee of quality. Figuring out how they even works is tricky enough. But it still beats the junk Vladim's cutthroats around with. They can have a round on the house. Alright. So, we got that done. There's some stuff over here. There's De La Rosa. I need to talk to De La Rosa. Who's that? Commissioner looks imposing. He's tall, muscular, and has scars on his face and arms. His appearance seems to tell a story of many heretics who met their end at the hands of the adherent of the true faith. He sees you and bows, respectfully, but not too gracefully, as if he is not used to making differential gesture. May Drusus watch over you, your lordship. I never thought I'd see a rogue trader in this kind of establishment, especially in these troubled times. I am simply known as Chaplain. I am a missionary of St. Drusius. I do sermons, public prayers, and funeral services for the Lilian Institute. I have to say, it's been mostly funeral services of late, but perhaps you're more interested to know how a priest got so many battle scars. The Ecclesiastes once tried to make a decent preacher out of me, but faint-hearted and brash young brat that I was, I decided that wasn't life for me. I trained a worthy life in the Emperor's lot for greed, and what I thought was a freedom at the time. I became a pirate in worship. I have done many unclean deeds, and seen many unsettling things, and I have become a sincere believer. Imagine that. Deadly battles and my comrades' nightly confessions of the atrocities did for me what my mentors couldn't. Who else could they confess to? I knew the words of the prayer, if nothing else. That was how I became the ship's chaplain. Then I renounced my criminal ways altogether. I died as a pirate and was reborn as a missionary. This commanded Saint Drusus, who himself passed away and resurrected by the Emperor. Honestly, Honestly, perhaps this began as a cleansing, but since day one it's admittedly been looking more like a frenzy of fanaticism. Granted, people with a clear conscience had always been few and far between on Footfall, but is that a reason to exterminate everyone for the pettiest infractions? St. Drusus teaches us to bring people back to the Emperor's light and only punish the death those who have crossed the forbidden line and turned away from him irrevocably. I am my own living proof that even the thoroughly rotten scoundrel can take a path of redemption. Are we in such deep retreat from the heresy that we're battling that the flamer and the noose are the only tools we have left? Shame that Reverend Hieronymus won't listen to me. He's too zealous. He sees the face of Vice too clearly and finds it too abhorrent. Looking at Footfall makes him sick, and so he welcomes the cleansing. May Drusus help you, Your Lordship. Alright. Well, I guess we'll go let's get this first. Order of mine to be set here. Oh. Those are traps. Okay. Well, let's talk to Hieronymus. The Emperor protects young Von Valencius. What has he brought here? Perhaps you'd like to confess. Repentance is the first step toward the path of redemption. Will you use our help and makes you generous? Okay, so... not much. Alright. Why are you here? Why are you preaching here among rebels? Are you openly declaring your intent to move against the exactor of the Emperor's justice? And why should I, her mentor in the faith, help you commit such an act of treachery? I mean, I like that one. Indeed, her fervor frightens me. Sometimes I feel like she takes pleasure in doling out punishment and revels in her own power. She has forgotten that punishment exists to purify her servants and return them to his light, so that they may continue his service. Seamless slaughter is at odds with that goal. I regret never managing to drive that point home to her. Now, you have banished my doubt. I will do what must be done. St. Drusius' face will aid you in battle. Well, he was easy to convince, wasn't he?
Keep your wits about you.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
Left in the dust. Meta.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
An expected result.
Alright, we're gonna see what's down here. Alright. Alright. Welcome to the kingdom of thieves, killers, and smugglers, Shireen. All the finest goods on Footfall. Every last one of them have passed through these tunnels. There's filthy walls and mounds of The finest goods on footfall. Does that make this place some sort of monkey trading hall? Really? I actually trying to bring a little levity. I wasn't seriously describing. Just as I said before, Shaka's jackals are patrolling every nook and cranny as they curse this place. See those scumbags over there? We need to avoid them and not draw attention to ourselves, or else we'll dump a pile of grok shit all over our plan. But now we're going to follow the plan. If you allow me, Shireen, I will refresh your memory. Avoiding the patrolling scum, we reach the city sewer canal and follow it to the east almost until the very end. We connect the gas cylinder to the special intake. Ironically enough, it was previously used for cleaning the air. Then we need to turn the valves in a few spots so that the gas reaches the correct chamber. I wish I knew exactly where the ash mag was holed up. Skulking in the shadows to hide from battle, these things are beneath his warriors, but for the sake of saving the innocent, I will dim the flame in my soul that urges me to charge openly into the enemy's ranks. Alright. I think this is a good time to end this video. I may level her up before the next one, but we do appreciate, because it's going to take me a while to level her. That's one of the reasons I don't want to do it on video, because I really hate to have combat with her and be her like lower level. So anyway, do appreciate you joining us, and we'll see you next time.